Come here. Come here.
Hello.
Oh, she's stuck to my pants. Hello. Of course. Perfect timing. What a
Sorry.
start to the Cosmic Hunts.
Hello and welcome to Cosmic Cunts.
Happy full moon.
Happy full moon in Taurus. Very fucking grounding. Love that
No.
shit.
I don't know about you,
No.
but I'm not feeling that grounded by this energy.
Okay, so while yes, I have been spiraling a little with my thoughts, I think these last couple of days, as we settle into the full moon in Taurus, I have found it easier for me to ground, especially like as a Capricorn, being in another Earth sign energy. I'm like, oh, well, that's nice. And these last couple days have really like allowed me to transmute anxious, fearful energy, rage into something productive. I've been able to focus my energy and fucking narrow down step-by-step processes and really just hone in on next steps, gaining clarity, gaining momentum to attain a certain goal. So I love myself this full moon in Taurus.
I love that. I'm glad it's treating you good. Good,
Me
because when I looked
too.
at the chart today and I saw some of the fiery energy in there, seemed a little much.
Yeah, yes, very fiery, but also, oh, um, again, I think because I've already been feeling such fiery energy that being able to then channel it, like, I'm like, please come at me. I'm in a mood and I will absolutely annihilate you and it will feel good.
Yeah. Yeah, I really want to fight somebody. Be so
Yeah.
nice. That's
Yeah.
also why I'm being so careful on the internet because I'm like, I am ready to get into a fight.
Yeah. Yeah, facts. And like it feels like everybody's like getting ready to get into a fight. It feels like everybody's just like kind of at that point right now. Um, it's been it's been a week, man. It's been a week. And everybody's trying their best, and so do what you have to for your mental health these next few weeks, next few months, to really focus on the light within the darkness. Like, there's no denying that we are going to be in some darkness, in some shit. This is a very crucial time for us to really lean into those self-care practices. Um,
I don't know. I ghosted my therapist.
Bitch, okay, but also isn't that a little bit self-care? Like,
That's the question of the day, of the
yeah, it,
year, of the week.
it could be dangerous, but it could also just be self-care, like distancing yourself from relationships that you really need to gain perspective on right now, like really assess properly. I get it.
It's another game of balance. Everything really is a game of balance because
Hmm.
anything can be helpful or harmful depending on how much or how little of it you get.
Yes, absolutely. I love that you bring in that word balance. I was thinking about that earlier. Just balance. There just must be balance. No good, no bad, just
I feel
balance.
like the first episode of Midnight Gospel put it perfectly because they're talking about drugs, and at one point they talk about how like there's no such thing as a good or a bad drug because everything's neutral. You know, like if you're having surgery, morphine, amazing, great drug, but if you're on your couch on a Tuesday, maybe not the best drug to be doing. And it's
Hmm.
all perspective. I feel like applying that to every aspect kind of helps because it really all just is a balance game. Like coffee for some people, great. For other people, it's going to send them into the ER for a heart attack.
And yeah, yep. Actually, speaking of coffee, um, what was I gonna say? Coffee. Oh, like for a while there, like I was like realizing like I'd be so excited about my fucking coffee, and then I was like, oh wait a minute, I'm actually I'm actually kind of turning into a raging cunt right now, and this is the exact opposite of what I'd like. So I've been doing like
Yeah.
mushroom coffee.
What
Well,
actually kind of terrifies me is the THCV rise in popularity that I was seeing in New York. I love me, a nice sativa get you going for the day vibe. But the THCV is like very aggressive sativa energy, and some people be consuming those like almost to the point where you think they're on cocaine or something stronger, and you're like, what's this is weed. Like let's chill. This is not supposed to be, But I think there's just an issue with stimulants in general in our country because of the whole capitalist mindset of go go go, and everyone's
grind culture,
getting
yeah.
very very jittery, and I don't like the vibes I'm seeing or feeling out there.
Same. Same. It's just like, I'm like, I'm not okay with this. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the coffee culture already was out of hand with like the caffeine addiction, and then we have the energy drinks with the Red Bulls and the Celsiuses being everywhere, the
Yeah.
fucking Panera lemonades that were killing people. And now
Dead
even the weed
ass.
is cracking us out. Like, why does the
Yeah.
weed need to crack us out?
No thank you and good day. And like, yeah, so I've recently like I started doing everyday dose. It's a
Mm-hmm.
mushroom alternative um to coffee. I mix it in with my coffee, which I'm gonna like it's supposed to like
Oh
wean me
my
off, but
God. Oh my God. No. No.
I literally thought you were like talking to me
She,
about
no, no, my cat just, go away. Oh my God. Sorry, I thought I fully like canceled out the podcast because she just hopped in and my screen locked.
No, it's okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine. She's fine. I'm gonna ignore her. I'm gonna be calm and zen, and I'm not gonna lose my shit. Lose my shit. It's fine.
Or lose your shit. Well, fuck it.
I'm trying not to. I've been blowing up at her quite a bit. Okay,
Fair.
we're good. I didn't fuck up the podcast. Okay, we're still recording.
You could
Everything's good.
never. You could never.
Well, no, I just didn't know what she hits because she has a bad
Oh,
habit of just hopping on the keyboard.
funsies. Ugh, fucking cats. No fucks given. I want to be like a cat when I grow up. Yeah. Anyways, mushroom coffee. I've been doing it and like it's been like helping with my focus. Also, it just like it helps me feel more balanced and less of a cunt. Like last night, I only got 2.5 hours of sleep because like the kids decided to be awake at different times, and so the mushroom coffee for the win.
Yeah, I've been on a matcha kick, but even that I have to
Ooh,
be careful with because it's hit or miss with the caffeine with me. I either get like it's helpful or I get very, very anxious.
yeah, fair, fair. Understand that completely. Yeah, how much you're taking, and it's like how much you've slept, how much you've eaten. Like there's so many factors, you know.
Yeah, how dysregulated were you when you woke up? How much more dysregulated can you make yourself? That's kind of where I'm at these days with it.
It's a whole fucking thing. It's a whole
Yeah.
fucking thing. Uh,
I'm gonna murder you, cat. Please go away. Thank you. Like, just go to the bed. Just hop your path across. Actually, we're just gonna move. We're gonna move. Even better. I give up. She wins, as usual.
Cats. Um, how have you been dealing with and processing this week?
Uh, I didn't make it to the psych ward, and that's my biggest accomplishment. I managed
There it
to
is.
avoid getting checked in. So, yeah, that's how I'm
Hey,
doing.
insert round of applause and air horns. Dee, dee, dee,
It was
dee,
actually annoying
because it's
though.
a big
Like I'm
one.
still kind of resentful about it because I should be in this like I want that to be an option that would be helpful. I hate that it's not a helpful option because there should be a helpful option.
There should be a
But all
helpful
the helpful
option.
options are traumatizing me, and that's really frustrating.
Yeah, Nordic countries really, I think if I were to have a mental health crisis, that's where I would want to be. Because even their prisons are just like these nice little apartments where you get rehabilitated and reinculcated into society, um, and just quality of life. Yeah,
I'm
just
just so
healthcare.
jealous. California, they made it where like indigenous practices are now covered by insurance. So if I was in California, I could just go find me a shaman and try that approach, which I
Wow.
honestly think is what I need at this point. I really think I need like an exorcism. I need someone to pull something out of me, like rip it
I
out
would
of my,
love,
like,
yeah,
yeah.
I really think like we could benefit greatly from a little ayahuasca. Yeah.
Yeah, I need an exorcism. I've been trying to do my somatic work and I can feel it. It's in my fucking like root to heart is all just fucked. It's fucked. There's something in there. I can only do so much. I need someone else. Like I need a guide. I need someone who's going to be the dominant daddy in that moment and go, "No, we're going to hold you down. You're going to back off now. No, I'm going to force you here. We're going to rip this out. Like we're getting this out right now." But, therapists aren't really trained to do that. So,
So here we are. So there is somebody that I know that I met from one of the crystal shops in town, who is a psychologist and also tarot reader, yogi, like holistic, um, just approach to therapy and psychology. And I was like, this dude's right up our alley. I'll share his information with you and see if that would be a viable option. Because he's in Honolulu. Yeah, he's local. He's on the island.
okay. Thank
I mean,
you.
I
I
say,
appreciate that. I
yeah,
was considering, honestly, just quitting the Western approach for a little bit. Or maybe not quitting, but like sticking with my psychiatrist and then just kind of somatic guiding myself. Because there are somatic
yeah,
therapists here. But I'm also at the point where it's so much work to establish trust with someone and I hate the hopping people. Like if I'm
yeah,
gonna go through the trouble of setting up an appointment, which already takes like months sometimes, I want you to be the right fit. I want to stick to this shit. So I'm considering just kind of somatic doing it myself and seeing how that goes for
yeah,
a bit. But
for sure.
we'll see.
Yeah, I like the idea of, I've been trying to do it, but also getting distracted. A course on self-hypnosis. Let me
Mm,
just put myself under, okay?
yeah.
And like see what I can work out like that.
I met a girl who was training to do like bufo ceremonies. So she was working with like a shaman here who does them. And I know she really wanted me to do one with her. I'm curious about bufo, but I'm also so as great as her energy was, I'm like I don't know. I have this weird thing with like psychic. Part of me feels like the reason Peru didn't work out is because I didn't go with my friend because like she's always been my introduction to any psychedelics. Like she's always been that person that's been there with me for that first experience besides weed. Like that's the only thing she wasn't there for, but everything else she was. And we always agreed like any new psychedelic we would try together. So I don't know if that's why like Peru didn't work out because
Mhm.
we were supposed to do ayahuasca together at some point and then I was like, nah, I'm just gonna go by myself. I ain't waiting on your ass. So part of
Damn.
me is like, as tempting as it is to reach out to this girl and be like, you know what, let's try the bufo way. Let's go that route. I'm also kind of nervous because I'm like,
You don't
I
want to
don't.
fuck with the algorithm.
Yeah, like I'm like I don't know. There's something weird there where I don't know. That friend and I, we also joke that like we're each other's soulmates. So I do think there's an element of that there. Like maybe she just has to be there for that first trip just to like we go together, we make sure it's
Hmm.
safe with that energy, and then like afterwards I can do it by myself.
Yeah, fair.
I don't know. Tripping with people is weird.
It's a trip.
It really is a trip. It really
Bum,
is
bum.
complicated trying to navigate doing that because you're in such a vulnerable state. And a guide is important. So, like, having that person is so important, but that's also a difficult, complicated relationship.
Yeah,
And I do think sometimes having someone that, like, is a comfort home energy is always good to have too. Because it's like a
yeah,
grounding force when things get a little weird.
yeah. I get it completely. I completely understand. Also, it's just, yeah, safety.
Yeah, safety. At the end of the day, safety and comfort.
Mm-hmm. It's who you know. It's who you're comfortable with. You've had multiple experiences together. It's natural. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. When I feel like that's a hard thing too in the therapy world and just in like society in general, where a lot of times people take things so personally, but it's not necessarily a personal thing. It really is just an energy. Like some people, there's just an energy there where it just works in a way that it doesn't work for other people. Like I keep seeing people
Yeah.
talk about Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande and how they're crying and emotional and their relationship. To me, it's beautiful. That's a soulmate kind of friendship energy to me. Like they're so in
Hmm.
sync. They're theater kids crying their heart out. Like they're at the Denny's singing their songs after every single shoot day. Like I'm here for it.
Yeah. Everybody needs that kind of like that person that you can just be vulnerable with and like 100% yourself, and you need that comfort. You need to be able to be held like that so you know what it is to love yourself and hold other people like that.
Yeah. I'm starting to realize too that that really is just like the point of relationships. We seek out a balancing force for different aspects of our life.
Yes.
So, like, family balances us out in some ways that our friends can't. And then we have different friends that balance out different aspects of ourselves depending on what we need. And maybe that's why people come and go. And it's not that deep. It's just whatever we needed in that moment to be like our counterweight or mirror.
Everything has its time and its purpose.
Yeah.
Life just evolves. We evolve.
The wheel of fortune keeps turning.
The wheel of. No, I can't make that into the song. What is it? The wheel in the sky keeps on turning? There we go. That's what I was going to try to sing, and then it just didn't work out. And then. Yeah. Anyways. Sorry, I told myself that I was gonna have an energy drink before I hopped on. I know, like, we were just talking about how, like, we're so addicted to caffeine.
No, you're okay.
Actually, no, like, having two kids, like, I kind of need it to survive, which is why I was like, let me try mushroom coffee so I can, like, try to, realign myself and detox myself and, reset.
Yeah. As much as I hate the fact that I'm
Struggling.
technically on meth every day, the legal meth really
Yeah,
fucking makes a difference. And I fucking hate it, but it does.
yeah, yeah. It's like, God damn it. It's like, really, this is what you need to function, brain? Okay, thanks.
It's like this
Um,
is the magic solution, the legal fucking meth that all the teachers growing up told me to fear and never want to put in my body ever.
Yeah. How do you feel about RFK Jr. being the head of what is it? Secretary of Human Safety, or what was it?
The fucking man who thought it was a good idea to kill a bear, drive it all the way down to New York, and then leave it in Central Park.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so as a hippie bitch who also likes science and facts, I think
He's not a
our
credible source for.
no, I think, and
Yeah.
I'm not saying that all of him is wrong and bad. He's got some good ideas. Like, I love that he's like, let's take out artificial additives and fillers in our food. Like, we need to stop poisoning ourselves and our kids. And like that, I'm like, yes, please fucking take out all the red dye, take out all of the artificial shit in our food, because our food is so fucking like
Poisonous.
GMO processed. Like, it is just fucking gross, disgusting. So I'm with him on that. I'm like, yes. The fact that he's like for mental health, let's psilocybins, like, let's do more research on that. I'm like, yes. But then he says shit that is like so fucking extreme. Like it's so left. He went all the way around. Like when he says
Yeah.
shit like the COVID vaccine specifically targeted blacks and Latinos. I'm like, okay. Okay. Also, he's missing part of his brain. Like, he did have a brain-eating
Yeah.
worm. And so it's like, okay, well, this is why you're fucked up. But also, don't put him in charge of anything.
I
Let's not
mean,
do
look at
that.
who's the person doing it though. They're
Oh, I know.
all
And there's
they're
like
all
no
missing brain
excuse.
cells. Yeah.
There's no excuse for that. It's like they can't even say like I had a worm inside my brain. Like they don't even have that as an excuse. They're just narcissistic sociopaths. And he is actually not RFK Jr., but he who shall not be named is literally just a fucking for the a
Yeah.
puppet for the GOP. And now that we've got a GOP led Senate and House,
Elon
like
Musk
we're
is
fucked.
basically president.
We're fucked.
Yeah.
We're pretty fucked.
What I really hate about RFK Jr., I hate that he actually is pro psilocybin. I wish he wasn't because he's going to do so much fucking damage for these
he's
things. Like, as much as he's saying he's going to fund the research and as much as he might push that, he's actually going to do damage because he's such a fucked up, uncredible, dumbass source.
exactly.
All the people that are anti psilocybin are just going to be like, well, no, because this was all under him and like, fuck him. He's a piece of shit. We're just going to throw this all
Exactly.
out. And
Hmm.
it's going to set everything back. And we're finally fucking making progress.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And so it's like hard. It's hard because there are some things that I agree with, but it's like you shouldn't be heading this. Like you
He's also
shouldn't
not going to be doing the right kind of research, too. Because
no.
again,
Well, no,
doesn't have the right brain cells. He's not going to be asking the
he
right
doesn't.
questions. He's not going to be doing the right studies. It's
And
all just going to fall apart.
it's so yeah, it was so left that it went all the way around. And just it's like you're so fucking extreme right now. And just so I have been looking extensively at options, and I hate it when I bring it up. I haven't brought it up to my mom that I'm going to be leaving the country because that is the plan. The plan is we are leaving the fucking country. Because we have small children, and yes, I would love to be able to stay and fight the good fight, but not at the risk of my children's lives and well-being. Right. But I hate when I bring up the fact that it's like I don't know if it's permanent, but I've temporarily separated myself from some people that I know for sure have like voted for this. And it's not like my mom and other family members are like, like, oh, well, this is, you can't hate people. It's like, I don't hate them for voting because they're dumb. It's just that, like, there's a difference, clearly, if not in morals and ethics, because if it's like, oh, well, I did it for the economy, it's like, okay, well, then clearly there's a difference in intellect. Because you're
Yeah.
not grasping the severity of the situation. You're not
Yeah.
grasping the domino effect this will have. You're not understanding how fucking, apparently, so many people don't understand how tariffs work, basic economics, and so it's,
My biggest
okay.
issue, though, is if that's the only reason you voted for him was just based on the fucking tariffs and you were still willing to ignore all the fucking horrific shit he's done. Like, you acknowledged all of it, but you chose to ignore it because of the fucking tariffs?
Because you
No,
want to
like, I
pay.
still don't, like, no, I'm not, we don't vibe because clearly you still fucking hate women, you hate the gays, you hate every fucking minority because you still chose to vote for him just to maybe get cheaper cereal? To maybe
And
get cheaper cereal? Like, but it's not going to be cheaper?
because yeah, exactly, everything's going to go up in price. The fruit that and like I was trying to explain this to somebody who was like, especially us here on the island, everything is so expensive as it is because it is imported. Now
Mm-hmm.
you're adding tariffs. You are fucking us. Like,
Yeah.
everybody is going to be fucked. People who are living on the Hawaiian Islands, Alaska, like shit is imported.
What
Things are
is
going to go up.
horrifying What is literally horrifying is history is repeating itself and we are watching it happen. This is Hitler and Nazi Germany all over again. Like the historians are
Exactly.
pointing it out. I saw a sociologist last night who pointed out the fact that Hitler only came to power over like economy shit. Like
Exactly.
it was
Okay.
the same kind of shit. Like they Germany had been more progressive at this time. Like there were spaces for the gays, like Jews were getting rights over there, but then it was like economy shit because the economy wasn't doing well and they wanted a change to see if maybe that would fix things.
In Iran in the 70s, like women like wore skirts and had their hair
Mm-hmm.
showing and shit. And so it's like and I hate it when I bring it up to family members and it's like, "Oh my God, you're being so dramatic." It's like, No, the fuck I am not. When I say that you have voted
Yeah.
for Hitler, I am not fucking being dramatic. I am trying to paint you a clear picture, and you refuse to
Yeah.
look at it. You refuse to acknowledge what is actually happening, and so
And then
yeah,
we
so
feel
I'm
crazy, which is horrifying. Like, I'm like,
I'm
why
like,
do I feel like the crazy one just because I recognize the patterns and you are
yeah.
choosing to blindly ignore them?
Yeah, I feel so gaslit. I'm like, are you
Yeah.
fucking kidding me? It's like, this is why I gotta get. So I've decided to like not talk to my family about the fact that like I'll be moving because like, oh, I got bullied into that. They're like, you can't even afford to leave the island. It's like, oh, I am determined as fuck. Like, you just fucking watch me. Like, we are gonna make shit happen. I am doing extreme fucking things right now. Like, and so it's like, I'm not gonna allow to be gaslit and bullied into, like, being complacent in this bullshit. Okay? Like, it's just, it's not okay. Anyway, so after this, maybe you and I should talk about these, strategies that I have printed.
I'm down.
Um, Also, I've done so much extensive research on several countries that I'm like, should I open up a business where I'm like, do you need help getting out of the country? Hire me, and I will give you a step-by-step process on how to do this. And like, I was thinking about that last night, and I was like, damn, honestly, maybe that's how I get the family out by like charging other people,
I mean, you
so
could
I
just
can.
add that to your existing business. It's a consulting thing.
It is a consulting. Yeah. So, anyways,
Like, add it with like
and
a tarot, you get a tarot read, and we talk about possible
tarot
paths for
read,
you.
and I will give you a step-by-step process on how to successfully acquire a visa.
There you go. Help
And
them
like
figure out the plan together. It's a planning
I'm
session.
I'm so fucking serious, and like I am so ready. I am so ready to not be here. Also, did you know that some of the most expensive cities to live in the
Yeah, they're all,
EU like are still cheaper
yeah,
than Oahu?
yeah. The most expensive cities in Europe are cheaper than like some of the cheap states in the US.
No, dead ass. Like, okay, so Amsterdam in the Netherlands, like Spain is like by far super. There are parts that are their most expensive cities in Spain, like Valencia and Madrid, and they're still so much cheaper. But the Amsterdam shocked the shit out of me. The most expensive city in the Netherlands to live for expats, and yet groceries alone are 63% cheaper in Amsterdam than in Honolulu. Um,
Yeah, I think TikTok really fucked the US government over so hard because it has shown us how much we're getting fucked over. Land of the
yeah,
free gets no benefits. No benefits, no perks. We are not the greatest country in the world.
no,
Haven't been in a long time.
social media has really like everybody's like, oh, social media is dangerous, and it can be absolutely. The dark web, all of
It's
it, just
dangerous to the people in power, though.
exactly. It is not just dangerous to like, oh, kids. And I don't actually mean to downplay that because
No, it
social
is. It
media
is
has
also dangerous to
shown
kids. It's
for
dangerous to all
dangerous
of
for
us.
kids.
Yeah.
But yes, absolutely. The fact that social media has allowed us to all come together and exploit the shit out of our
Mm-hmm.
fucking government and like really like,
It brings people together. That's why
wait a
they're
minute.
attacking art right now. They're trying to attack all the things that bring people together. That's why they want to get rid of TikTok. The other social media platforms are also going to be under threat too because
Oh, absolutely.
they know these are the ways that we learn. This is the way we come together to plan
Overthrow.
protests and shit. Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
also why they're trying to replace all artists with AI robots that they can control because that's also how we connect is over art. But if it's all robot shit, then we're all just going to be programmed to bond over what they want us to like.
Yeah.
Which I mean, they
Was it?
already do, even without
Yeah.
the AI. So
Yeah. Look at us
yeah,
bonding over like shit mental health, you know?
yeah. Or I mean, even like the Wicked movie. As excited, I'm so excited for that movie. I've been waiting for that movie since like high school, but still, it is a distraction being thrown in our face. The
Everything is a fucking distraction.
Yeah,
And
the
so, like,
over-aggressive capitalism of the marketing. Like
I used to love watching football on Sundays. It was the one time, like, we could watch. See, or like in any sports, like growing up. Like it was like I can watch sports and like one connect with my family without having to really talk to them.
Hmm.
And I didn't realize that, but like now I'm like I don't even fucking need sports. And also knowing what I know, being a little bit more woke. People hate that fucking word, but like dead ass, it's like, okay, you think this is fun for me to watch you all like fumble? Um, know that I'm still
Yeah.
not completely awake. Like that shit scares me. Anyways, but like watching people watch football, they're like, "Did you watch the football game?" And I was like, "No, I was busy planning how to advance myself and overthrow the patriarchy." Um, what was the score though? You seem very interested. And I used to be so emotional about the Super Bowl, and like now I'm like, look at all of you just absolutely absorbed, sucked in.
Worshipping celebrities like they're gods.
Oh my
Like Taylor
God.
Swift.
Oh my
The
God,
way
get
people
over it.
worship her is terrifying.
And you know what? To her credit, she does like try to give back
Yeah.
and create a platform, but still, my God, get
But
over
like
it.
these people are not gods.
They're not. They are not. The magic is within. We are the gods and
Yeah.
goddesses, and
Worship the art, not the artist.
there it is. Yes,
Like to me
like,
that makes
damn.
sense. The piece of art, I'm all for giving that god level worship because I have like songs that I
This
it's
is
like that's
it.
my church. Like I play that song and I sing it and
Yeah.
that is it's everything to me and I will die being like this is the fucking song. I may love that artist and that may be one of my favorite artists, but I'm not I'm giving the artist credit for creating that piece, but I'm not going, "Oh my god, I need to like
Yeah,
try to
I
be
love
this person,
everything
suck their
about
dick." Like,
you.
yeah, like all this fucking shit. It's, "Oh my god,
Mm.
thank you for creating this masterpiece that I am so
I
attached
love
to."
this piece because I resonated with this piece. That doesn't mean you resonate with the whole person.
Yeah. And I think it's people don't quite understand that there's a distinction there,
The
and then they
way,
lose their
yeah,
minds when they find out that their artist isn't who they thought they were. But I'm
yeah.
sorry, that's on you. You put all of that into the artist, assuming that
And
everything
then you
matched up.
expect your friendships to like you put this like unnecessary pressure subconsciously on your friendships because it's like, oh, why can't you be as great as the celebrity? Why aren't you as perfect?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, well, wait a minute, you don't love everything about me, but you love me. And then it's like, well, I can't love everything about you, so we're gonna be done. And you cut off that friendship because it's not the same, it doesn't equate, it doesn't compare to the
Yep.
love that you have for this fictional person that is not even in your fucking, like, you're not on their radar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Literally, like fictional men. I, that's why I don't like real men because I hold them to a different standard. I compare them. There's even celebrity men. I look at them. To me, they're fictional the way they act. So I'm like, I don't know them for real. So I see, these men being amazing partners to their wives in these celebrity stories, and I'm like, okay, cool. It's like a book talk situation. Great,
Is it
whatever.
Rysand or Resand?
I think it's Resand. I was saying Rysand, but everyone online says Resand.
I don't like that. I, I don't know why sensory, like, I'm like, it sounds weird. But also,
I
yeah,
I
like,
kind of like it
ew,
better because
fuck
I
you.
did have a friend growing up named Rise, so Resand it's like more of a
Uh,
separation, but
for you, yeah, I know.
Rysand sounds
Sounds
better.
better. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, so, anyway, so yeah, so you're like talking about fictional characters. I'm like, yeah, like Rysand and Freya. Uh,
yeah. People are
Feyre,
looking at their
sorry.
partners, and I will say I do think that's healthy to some extent because we should hold
Yeah.
people that we love to like a certain standard, whatever. But I do think it's funny when we compare and we idolize these things to the point that we make major life decisions off of.
Yeah. I don't know. I was getting really mad reading those books because, again, like, we're idolizing. And I'd look at my husband and be like, why can't you fly? Just
Yeah.
like fucking ridiculous.
Why can't you wrap your wings around me and just take off into the sky?
And
Like,
fuck me in the skies, you
why
know?
can't you mind fuck me? Like, I'm so mad that I can't be mind fucked because I read about it in a book and now I'm like, why
Yeah.
can't anybody put themselves into my brain, read every single thought, and give me that? Like,
Yeah, exactly. I
yeah.
want to glow afterwards. Like, I want you to take me against a wall. And God, It's
Actually,
ridiculous.
fantasy books have fucked me up because so many fantasy books, there's a character that can mind read. So you always have either a best friend or a partner or somebody there that can
Yeah.
sense your every need. They know everything you want. They're your rock. They got you through everything. That's
Is it
fantasy
the
shit. Nobody, at the end
Vampire
of the day, you're always
Academy?
going to know yourself. Oh my God, Vampire Academy.
Like, I was like, is that the one that I was reading where she like had like she was a
A
damper?
guardian. Yeah.
Yeah. And like and then when they lost the connection because she didn't heal her, like at the end, she was like, I can't hear her thoughts, and I was like, I feel empty. Oh my God, how are we gonna
Yeah.
continue? Fucking fix it, you know? And I
Like,
was like,
what do you
oh
mean
my
you're not
God, her
mind
fucking
linked to your
privacy,
best
man.
friend? Yeah.
Boundaries. Like,
Even like Percy Jackson, because Percy and his best friend Grover, they have an empathy link, so they can sense each other's emotions and call each other from far distances. I'm like, what do you mean my best friend can't sense all of my emotions?
exactly. It's like, oh my God. Yeah, no, unrealistic. I've been, oh, and fucking, oh, yeah, and Edward Cullen always fucking reading, except Bella's. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, well, good. Yay, she's got her privacy or whatever. But then, like, at the end, when she was, like, lifting her shield so he could hear her, I was like, oh. And then I actually got pissed. I was like, well, now you have to write another book so I know what it's like in there. You know, like, we
Yeah.
know as the reader what it's like in there, but what's it like for Edward in there now? Like, I
Yeah,
don't
like
know.
I want a
I need
Midnight
to know
Sun
more.
after the series ends, so we know if he
Yeah.
still likes her as much when he actually hears
To hear her
everything she's
thoughts. Yeah,
thinking.
exactly.
Because especially after
Exactly.
reading Midnight Sun, I have questions. Because he thinks that she's like brilliant. Like from his point of view, he's like, oh my God, I can't read her mind. She must be thinking all these like crazy thoughts. And Bella's
And she's
POV,
like,
we
oh my
already
God,
know.
does he like me?
Sparkles.
Yeah,
Pretty.
yeah, exactly. It's like, what? Mm, I'm about to fuck up eternity for you.
Yeah.
Like,
She's just like pretty. Will he like break me when he fucks me? I
yeah, like,
wonder.
oh my God, oh my God, the way his chest moves when he pretends to breathe, you
The
know?
rock lips. The hard, cold lips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did I want Edward? Actually, I wanted Edward until the movies came out, and I was like, I mean, not to be an asshole to Robert Pattinson, but I was like, this
I
is
love
who was
that
supposed to be
man.
so gorgeous.
I love that man. I am so happy he played Edward. I don't want to see anyone else as Edward, but yeah, I had the same thing where I'm like, you were not what I pictured when I read the books.
Yeah. And also Jacob, like, sorry, Taylor Lautner.
Yeah.
But you know what? They got me really excited when they were like, we're talking about casting Jacob Black, and I thought it was going to be Steven Strait, and I had such a crush on him. I was like, yes, Steven. And like, and then they came up with Taylor Lautner, and I was like, okay, I've been pining for these characters since I was 12. Okay. You're ruining the magic. I don't care for this. And yeah, no, I like to read the books and pretend it's, you know, other people, and sorry, that whole cast. Oh, it was like I saw this thing on Facebook. It was like pick a movie, you have to pick one character where you keep the actor and everybody else is Muppets. And I was like, actually that would be really fucking funny to keep Kristen Stewart as Bella and everybody else Muppets. Like
They actually should do that. That would be peak
a
entertainment.
better version.
That would
Oh
be
my
really
God.
good.
Oh, there's this fucking actor. I forgot his name, but and I think I've sent you a couple where he just like does reenactments of Twilight scenes, and it's so bad, but it's like literally spot on that I'm like,
Hmm.
oh my God.
Yeah, those movies are pure camp. They're so.
Yes.
I'm obsessed with them. I'm so happy they exist. They're such garbage, but they're also beautiful works of art, like masterpieces.
Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
sometimes I'll just watch the movie just for nostalgia and then hate myself while I'm doing it. I'm like, this is garbage. It's a waste of my time. Nobody interrupt me.
Yes, it is perfection. Even the books, anytime I reread them, I'm like, hate myself, but this is a masterpiece.
I reread the books every 1 to 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's time.
I also do that with 50 Shades of Grey. So anytime I read Twilight, then I'm like, now I have to go to 50 Shades, and then I hate myself for that too. But,
You just got to.
it's the
There's
pipeline.
actually a series that I read recently where I was like, this is like, okay, right up my fucking alley. But it's a hippie psychic bitch who's got a hippie psychic mother, and it's fucking funny, and it's also mystery and thriller kind of thing. But the first one is called The Dead Guy Next Door. The author is Lucy Score. It's a Riley Thorne series, and yeah, fucking peak comedy and entertainment.
Hell yeah.
Recently read that series, and so I'm like, can't wait to read it again. But I know that there's another book coming out soon, so I'll wait closer to that release date to like really
I
start reading.
cannot wait for all of the white women who voted for Trump to find out that we're probably not going to get the rest of Akatar. It's probably going to remain unfinished
What do
because of
you
all the book bans. She
Oh my
hasn't finished
God.
the series. There's still
She
supposed to be
has
more
not.
books,
Yeah.
and we're probably not going to get them because of the book
Actually, I was
ban.
thinking about book bans this morning, and I was like, well, because he's already like made a press release. He's like, we're gonna get rid of the Department of
There's
Education. And I was
already
like,
a list of all the books that are going to be banned.
Rupee's poetry book, the Milk and Honey, banned. That's been banned for a few years now.
Yeah, there's the books on that list are insane. Like,
Yeah, yep, their book bans are insane, and Department of Education, and I bitches with kids that are in school that have special needs, like, we'll say
yeah,
goodbye to that. Say goodbye to that extra program that was helping your child. And oh my
yeah.
God, I saw something that somebody on TikTok was like, okay, so a parent in my school line in the morning was like, I'm really freaking out. Be because she's like, turns out Trump's gonna get rid of the Affordable Care Act, and me and my kids won't have health insurance. Mind you, this parent voted for Trump, and she was like, uh-huh, yeah. Yep, she's like, I thought he was just gonna get rid of Obamacare. And she was like, I looked at her for a second because I was like, are you fucking with me? And then she was like, ma'am, Obamacare is the Affordable
Affordable.
Care Act.
He
And she's like,
rebranded it because everyone was so anti-Obamacare. Like,
yeah,
that's
like
all it is a rebrand.
Affordable Care Act. That was the name on the bill when it went to Congress. And like, yeah, and so it's like people are like, what? And people didn't understand tariffs, and so like, I am actually I'm angry about it, but it's like somebody on Instagram, Z, he was like, let them eat cake. That's what you voted for.
Yep.
Let them eat cake. And another person was like, you know what? I'm rooting for you. All the women who voted for Trump, like I'm rooting for you. I hope that you get everything that you voted for. She's like, actually, I'm going to take it a step further. I hope that everything that you voted for affects you personally.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes on this fucking rant. She's like, I hope you're like bleeding out and you're um, seeking help. And every doctor is turning you down and you die. And the last thing that you think about is like what happens to your kids. And oh my God. And she goes on this rant and I was like, yes. So we are in this fuck around and find out stage. Like we are in the fuck,
Yep.
and I'm here for it because it's like, and people were like looking up like the first few days after the election, like when they understood what the fuck a tariff was and who would actually be paying it, and all the rise in Google searches of how can I change my vote. Like this is the time you do research, you shitbags. Okay, yeah, you fucked us all. So now you're gonna go ahead and fuck around and find out.
Yeah, this
And
is
I will
definitely a
be
period
abroad.
where humans are regressing. I literally just saw a thing where they did a study that proved that shorter childhoods like is going to cause like human regression because longer childhoods is what allowed humans to develop the brains that we did. So the
Yeah.
only reason we're this advanced species is because of our longer childhoods, but all the fucking iPad situations, having to teach kids about getting shot at, kids are growing up a lot sooner.
And the trauma. The
Yeah, their
trauma
brains aren't getting
also.
the same kind of development. At
Yeah.
some point, all of these constitutional things that the founding fathers wrote that everyone loves so much, they ain't gonna be able to read. They're
Oh,
just going to be
actually, there was a
forgotten
study in
articles. Like,
20. Yeah, there was a study in 2022 that said like it was like 20% of Americans are illiterate.
yeah,
And that's not going to get any better with the fucking dissolution of the Department of Education. So,
yeah.
here we go.
Everyone loves to reference that joke from New Girl where Nick is like, I don't know that I know how to read. I've just memorized a lot of words.
Mm,
We laugh at it, but like, it's the truth. A lot of
it's fucking
people,
real.
they've memorized words. They don't
Yeah.
actually know how to read.
Yeah. Yep.
The world's gonna
Um,
burn.
yeah. Okay, we deserve to die. We got a lot out there, and I'm really glad that we were able. This was cathartic. Thank you for doing this for me. I feel like I was pussyfooting the politics at the beginning of our discussion, but I'm glad that we tackled it head on because these are things that needed to be said. For us, like especially like I know it's been weighing on us a lot. Like it's been weighing
Yeah.
on me a lot. Like it's been driving my determination and my organizing and planning on getting the fuck out.
I know
So
I've
if we
definitely
have
been
any
feeling
listeners that want
crazy
to
not
sponsor,
like talking about it because I'm like looking around and seeing everyone continuing on like normal is driving me insane because
yeah,
I feel
that's also
crazy.
like
I'm
red
like, this is the
flags.
end of the world. Like, I want everyone to be freaking out. Why are we not all in the streets right now
I yeah,
doing something? Like, you know?
people are like, I have bigger fish to fry. I've got like to plan for a party and like somebody's.
Bigger
I'm like,
fish
are you
than the
fucking
next
kidding me?
fucking Holocaust.
No,
Like,
no, no. This appropriately deserves my absolute all of my fucking passion and my energy. Like,
yeah, especially
what?
when we're seeing, where was it, Iraq just lowered their marriage age to like fucking
Yes.
6 years old or some bullshit.
Excuse me, what?
It's like under the age of 10. It's something
No, shut
ridiculous.
the fuck up.
It's under the age of 10.
Oh, okay. You know what? No, don't fucking.
Yeah, I'm not.
I can't. My
We won't
stomach.
get the exact age. It
I have
horrified
kids.
me. But I'm like, we got that happening. We got the Ukraine situation. We got the Palestine situation. We
Oh, and the
got
people that voted for Trump because they were like, fuck Kamala and fuck what's the Democratic Party gonna do for Palestine? It's like you were so
yeah,
pro Palestinian that you went in the opposite fucking direction. What the fuck do you think's gonna happen now to the
yeah,
little children of Gaza? What the
yeah,
fuck do you think is gonna happen now? Fucking dumbasses. Like, oh, I want to vote green. Ideally, that would have been wonderful. That would have been like more
yeah.
headed in the direction where we needed to be. Realistically,
But
you
unfortunately,
needed to put
as
your
of right
votes
now,
behind blue.
yeah, until they are able to restructure the entire government system where third parties actually have a fair shot at winning the electoral college, or we just get rid of the electoral college, even better, let's just get rid of it. Like, once we do that, by all means, let's all go third party. I want that shit. I want Bernie. I want the
Absolutely.
socialists. I want it. But until then, realistically,
You
as
gotta
much
make
as I
smart
hate to
choices.
say it, yeah, we're
It's a
in a
chess
broken
game.
system. Yeah. Strategy. Gotta play chess, and everyone out here is trying to play rock, paper, scissors, like not even checkers.
Yeah, like dead ass. It's like, okay, all right. Well, you fucked us because of your like. You're like, I'm so stubborn and I'm
You're
so
still stuck on
fucking
the
progressive.
hopscotch, the kindergarten hopscotch, and we're over here at chess.
Yeah, like
Let's
you're
catch
trying to
up.
be so fucking progressive that you're not being realistic, you're not being practical. Like you can't just jump from one side of the spectrum to the other. Like there has to be change. But you have to make the fucking proper moves in order to get there. You have set us
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like such an asshole. I hate feeling like I have to be that asshole who's like, no, like the assertive bitch who's like, you're wrong, like know it all type vibes.
But
I'm a
fuck, if you
fucking
haven't
Libra
given me a
sun.
choice.
Yeah, I'm the fucking scales. Like, if these bitches, I'm like, I'm seeing the whole picture. If you're really not seeing it, and I'm trying to be nice about it, and you're still not seeing it, at some
We gotta
point,
try a
I'm gonna
different
get a little
tactic.
bitchy about it. I'm gonna get a little assertive.
I'm getting frustrated.
Yeah,
Getting frustrated. I'm like, I'm huffy.
yeah,
I'm huffy.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't like having to feel so angry and irritable all the time. But
But like if that's what it fucking takes to like get you to fucking understand,
Yeah, if I need to enter my old lady era sooner, I will happily enter it. I am
Mm,
ready to be that
mm.
old scary grandma on the porch, with the witch house that everyone's terrified to go near because she might put a spell on you. We can enter that
Yeah,
era
bitch bet.
sooner. Like,
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
Oh my God. Yeah, somebody. Oh, so I talked about this, the mushroom coffee. Anyways, there's like a Facebook group, and I was like, haha, I hate to be this person, but I snuck some of this mushroom shit into my husband's coffee because he's an insomniac, and like everybody keeps talking about how, like, oh wow, I have trouble sleeping, and now, like, with everyday dose, I've been sleeping, and I was like, damn, And like I've noticed the benefits, so like, and Bobby being stubborn as fuck, he's like, it sounds gross. So I put them in his coffee, and I told the group, and I was like, I'll keep you updated. I'll convert him soon enough. And like somebody, like, of course, a white cis man, just was like, why are you going around slipping shit into people's drinks? How about you just don't do that? The fuck is wrong with you? And I was like, okay, bring it down, right? I was like, I'm gonna be nice the first time. And he was like, nah, that's foul behavior. And I was like, oh, I will curse your bloodline. But even then, I was like,
Yeah.
listen, it's not nefarious. It's not malicious. It's like, it's the adult equivalent of putting some broccoli in a dino nugget. I made my
Yeah.
husband a coffee.
Yeah.
Please
I
sit the fuck
love one of
down
my
because you want to feel
friends.
relevant.
Yeah, I love one of my friends, but we started getting or I started getting really heated with him because I was like, dude, like, I love you, but like you're pulling out the Aquarius gay man god complex type shit right now, and I'm about to lose my mind because
Yeah.
talking about like I'm like I just want to get rid of all of the toxic systems and move
Do
back,
you know
start
who
again,
I
start from
am?
scratch, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, let's keep some things, and I'm like, okay, but the
Yeah.
things you're talking about keeping are all the things that are toxic and need to be reworked
So,
so they can actually be
no.
beneficial. So like, okay, yeah, but
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
We can't talk because I will gouge your eyes out.
Yeah, I'm like white
No.
man from Michigan who grew
Yeah.
up with money and privilege. I'm like, let's be very careful as we talk about systems and we talk about indigenous rights and things like that because,
Yeah, it was a few years ago, but like we were having a conversation with a teenager, 16 or whatever, and just white, cis. And I was like, there's no such thing as systematic racism. This is stupid. Like, there's no such thing. And we're like looking at him like,
yeah. I'm so happy. I've been seeing that some people on TikTok starting the discourse around the misogyny in gay men, which makes me so happy to see that discourse happening. 'Cause I love my gay men. I will always love my gay men.
but some of
But
them
there,
just need
you
to,
guys grow up as men, and there is some
well,
misogyny that you guys still carry, even as gay
knock
men.
it off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Oh
I am
shit.
really happy to see
Sorry.
that discourse because there have been situations where I've had to realize that like my friends are being sexist and
Yeah.
offensive towards me, even though they're not intending to. The intention's not right. They're not aware they're doing it, but it's that
It's just the
internalized.
rhetoric that's ingrained.
Yeah, because they grew up as men in a patriarchal society, so their
Mm.
perspective is male centered, and that
Yeah.
affects things sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, here's to us creating magic and disrupting systems. I'm glad that we have each other, and I'm glad that it's like we have a lot of hippie friends, and some of our hippie friends, like I've seen on social media, are like going all the way around. And so I'm glad that we understand each other
Yeah.
and that we're like on the same page about a lot of things. And it's not that we have to be, but it just feels so good to be validated and seen,
And
you
to have a
know?
safe space.
Exactly. Like we can be vulnerable, we can be and also just like not gaslight each other. Uh it's just fucking magical. I'm grateful for
Yeah.
you.
I'm grateful for you too.
Yeah.
We got this.
Yay. Woohoo. Cosmic
Yeah.
cunt.
Cosmic Hun's life, safe space.
Okay, well thank you.
Thank you.
Good session. Woohoo.
We did
Yeah.
it.
We either will lose every follower or gain all the.
The right community will be formed either
Exactly.
way.
Like I think we were so nervous, like when our first season about like not trampling on toes, and now it's like, okay, well, you know what? You clearly don't give a fuck
Yeah.
about us, so
I was still trying to play the capitalist game before. At
yeah,
this point, the system's proven I'm not winning this game, so why bother
we're
playing?
not. So let's just be authentic. That was what the intention was, and now it's like, oh, like now we really just gotta peel off
Yeah.
all the layers. This is who we are. This is where we're at. This is the way we feel. If you don't like it, you don't have to fucking listen.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Simple as that.
God, that feels good. My labia just relaxed.
The
Bless.
sacral energy, the power came in.
Dead ass. I know we're in Taurus, but like I felt some Leo energy coursing through my sacral.
I mean, it is a Scorpio 8 year, and we're coming to
Oh,
a close of it. Pluto's about to move into Aquarius out of Capricorn next
okay.
week.
Yes, after 17 fucking years.
Damn. Big time of change.
Most of my chart is in Capricorn. Like literally most of my chart. Like I don't think Pluto is though. I think my Pluto is in no, fuck, I don't remember.
My Pluto's in Sag. Yeah.
Mm. Yay, astrology.
Yay. I've actually been getting back into it. I hardcore
Good.
hyperfixated and made myself the craziest tarot and astrology like chart
Yep.
system cheat sheet thing so I can cross-reference all the numerology, astrology, and tarot associations with each other because I am insane and want all the pattern recognition to click into place and make sense.
Yeah. Love.
Yeah.
Good. Good for you. Love that shit. I might soon ask you to do a whole, can you like do a whole thing on me so I can base my business plan model off of it?
Yeah, we can go through your chart, try to like mess around with it, figure out possible plan stuff. And you have the tarot
Yeah.
knowledge too. So actually, I will say incorporating the tarot with the astrology. That's,
Top tier. Top tier.
yeah. So we can combine the two and see.
Yes. Love.
I
Okay.
got you.
Love. Thanks. I got you. Woo!
Hell yeah.